Thank you very much for calling. Today actually marks the day that my father passed on about 6 years ago. So it's basically now 6 years that my father passed on. My father actually passed on in Mulago Hospital due to a strike which was actually owned by the doctors. By then, the doctors were actually on strike. They were striking about their living conditions. And my father actually was one of the people that passed on because of the strike of the doctors. Up to today, I actually came to live with myself and said, Dad is gone. Okay, he was not meant to go, but he has gone. And of course, some bit of, can I say, human issues here and there costed the life of my father 6 years ago. Well, I decided to actually forgive and forget. That's true. I forgave and forgot all that was. So 6 years ago, on this day, my father passed on at exactly 5 o'clock at Mulago Hospital. On that very day, I was actually commentating a game. And that was a match in the Champions Stadium in Mwerwerwe. Mwerwerwe is a stadium in Matuga. Around Matuga, that's where it was. By then, Bright Stars was playing the game of football there. It was a match between Bright Stars. If I remember very well, it was a match between Bright Stars and Onduparaka. That's when my father actually passed on. The first phone call from home actually came in at about, it was at about 4. It came in at about 4:30. That's when the first phone call came in and told me that, Otai, Dad is not doing well. So I told them, please rush Dad to his doctor all the way in Mulago. So they reached Mulago. They found that the Mulago guys were on strike. There was nobody who was actually there to handle my father because the doctors were on strike. My father actually had gone to Mulago in the morning, not feeling okay. He went in the morning. The strike was on. He came back home and the problem persisted and became worse at about 4:30 p.m. That's by the time I was on commentating the football match live on Azam TV. Then 4:30, 4:45, when the phone call came through, they told me, Otai, Mzee is doing very badly again. I told them, rush him to hospital. They rushed him to hospital. I continued second half with commentary. At 5 o'clock, another phone call came in. But deep inside my heart, I felt a sense of loneliness inside my heart at 5 o'clock when the phone call came. When I saw my mother's number on my phone, I was like, Mzee has gone. Because I felt inside me loneliness, coldness. So when I picked up the phone call, my mother was crying and telling me, she calls me Deo. Deo, Mzee has gone. I cried, by the way. By then, I was on Azam TV commentating the football match with a co-commentator of mine called Fiona Namiro. You can actually call her and ask her. Fiona is a very, very strong woman. I have never worked with a strong woman like Fiona in my life because I worked with her on the league for about 3.5 years. Very strong woman. Fiona pointed at the clock, indicating the amount of minutes remaining for the game to end. Because it was a football match, it was a league match. She pointed at the clock, but I was tearing. I was crying. I was commentating, but I was crying. Fiona got out of the van. She went to the production van and told the director and the people who were doing the production. My director was Katamba, and the guys like Medi were inside. Then they told them, Otai's father has just died. You get? That was some time back. So the director talked to me via the intercom on my headphones and told me, Peter, we have few minutes to go. Please hang on, brother. We know what you're going through. Please hang on. So I hung in there, commentating as if nothing had happened. But I was crying. Immediately after the game like this, I jumped out of the OB van, ran straight to Mulago. I found they had taken him to the morgue, and it was already past time. It was 7 o'clock. I met the morgue attendant over there, and the morgue attendant recognized me. Then I explained to him, and I told him my father passed on and is here. So he said, oh, you want to see him? I said, yes, I want to see him. So I told the morgue attendant that it is night. I reached at about 8 o'clock. I told him it's night, and I fear the dead. I can't enter the mortuary because it is night. I fear. The attendant told me, no worries. Remain here. Let me bring him for you. They brought him. I saw him. I cried. And they took him back. That's when it came to my senses that, look, Mzee is actually dead. So I have to apologize. Today, I arrived late for the show because it has become a routine with me, a routine inside me, that every 7th of November, I have to send flowers to my father. My father lying in Aloet. I have to send flowers to him every 7th of November. So apologies for the late coming, but of course the show has to go on. And this is Magic FM, 34 minutes after 2 p.m. Let's go down with the show.
That was a good one.